Hello, I hope that you're doing well and thank you for joining me in this video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about Netflix's new release, Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. I think a lot of us who are interested in decluttering, minimalism and organizing, we're waiting for the release of this series. You probably know that I am a big fan of Marie Kondo. I do speak about her methods in my videos and you have seen me decluttering with Marie Kondo. And I just wanted to give you a little review and my view, pros and cons, the praise and a little critique of the show. For those of you who are not familiar who Marie Kondo is, she is a professional Japanese tidying up expert. She has written 2 books so far and one of those is called Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. I have reviewed that book on my channel and I've given some tips that she speaks about in her books. Okay, so far I've watched 4 episodes and in the very first episode we are being shown a young family with 2 toddlers. Very lovely couple, but their relationship is being affected by all of the chores and disorganized home. When the cameraman enters their home, we don't really see a big clutter. We don't necessarily notice a big problem that is happening in the house. Okay, so most of us, average person, has similar home to what they have. However, when Marie Kondo asked to take out same category items in one place, let's say clothes, big piles started coming out. It was interesting to see how both husband and wife went through their piles of clothes. They touched the clothes, they checked if that sparks joined them, and they decided what to keep. The interesting thing that Marie Kondo recommends is that you decide what to keep. Just don't think what to discard, think what to keep. So that makes it much easier for you to declutter. Another problem that couple had is that wife doesn't like to do laundry, she doesn't like folding, she doesn't like dealing with the whole laundry, so she had somebody who comes to her house and helps her with the chores. While she works, I think 2 to 3 days, her husband works very long hours, sometimes even 50 hours a week, and they don't get to see each other a lot. And once they see each other, they usually fight about household issues. So Marie Kondo showed them how to do the laundry, how to do the folding up, and after that, couple decided that they will get rid of their person who is looking after their laundry and they will do it together as a family activity. Okay. In the next episode, there was a family whose kids already left, they grown up, they are about to retire and they are thinking to clear up their space. Now their home looked quite bad. I would say they were hoarders. They had a lot of stuff in their lounge, in their living room, in their kitchen, in bedrooms, in bathrooms. It was just everywhere. They had Christmas decorations, enormous amount of Christmas decorations in the lounge. And to be honest with you, when I was looking at the show, I couldn't figure out in which room are they in, because there are so many things that it's hard to recognize what kind of room it is. Is it a bedroom? Is it a lounge? And so on. So the wife had hugest pile of the clothes that I've ever seen. It even touched the ceiling. Husband, on the other hand, had very little clothes and he just had a collection of, I believe there was golf cards. So it took them a long time to go through their things and they have decluttered. Now, what I think are positive things about the show. I think that seeing Marie Kondo in action, it's amazing. She's very inspiring, very smiley, very gentle, very simple and very tactful person. I really loved seeing that she chosen to work with families with kids, because when I read the book The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, I didn't really see much mention about how to organize and tidy up your home with kids. She was very gentle with kids. Kids said they love her, and it was really nice to see her in that setting. Another lovely thing was when she was thanking the house for keeping the owners safe and for letting her enter this space and for serving their family well. So that was one of the awkward moments every time she does that in the family, and for us Western people perhaps it sounds strange and awkward at the same time, but when you really think of it, it's really lovely gesture. It helps people to appreciate their space. From the stance, we are here to respect our home in return. Another positive thing is that she managed to get people declutter their things and get rid of a lot of stuff and make them feel good about it, and she helped them to be more decisive in taking action towards it. The critique about the show is just going to be general, my personal view. So the very first thing that I wanted to mention is that as Marie Kondo doesn't speak English very well, she knows some expressions and she does speak out in some points. I believe that she understands, but she doesn't speak. So she does have a translator working with her. However, in the show it is very hard to watch it, as whatever she speaks, you see subtitles instead of it having a voiceover. So because you're watching a decluttering show, you want to be involved in every detail and see it. However, your attention is drawn into reading the subtitles. I do not feel it to be very powerful and life-changing, in the sense that when I watched other decluttering or organizing videos, I saw a big change and big shift. What I saw from this 4 series so far that I saw is that a lot of things left the home, which is a very positive thing. However, now I cannot figure out how to judge this, because she is a tidying up expert. She's not an organizing expert, or she's not any like a styling or a design space designer. She perhaps the show could be more powerful if she probably would work with someone who is good at organizing their space. So for example, to mention the couple who was retiring, they did get rid of a lot of things. However, they decided to store big stash of their shoes right in their bedroom, right in front of, just parallel to their bed. Okay, and that was maybe 30-40 pairs of shoes, big stash. And I think that this is just not practical. It's not nice to be breathing in that, you know, shoes might not be smelly, but I'm just saying that street smell from shoes, it's still there. It's aesthetically not pleasing. So I would expect that she would work on arranging the space more, and not only show how to fold and how to store things in boxes and how to get rid of stuff, because I really think that average decluttering expert that you can hire, just a simple family can hire for like $200 or £200, would do the same job, if not better. Now, I'm not criticizing Marie Kondo's work. She is brilliant and I really love her. I learned a lot from her. But what I'm saying is that it would be nice if she would help those families to just clear up and organize their space as well as tidying up. However, because she's tidying up expert, I really can't tell, you know, that there was a minus. But from the show, perhaps they should have brought somebody else who deals with the space arrangement to see that big shift and big change. Because if you look at the end of the episode 2, at that couple who is retiring, if it was the first time you saw their home, even if it's after it being decluttered and tidied up, if you enter their home, you will see, I would personally see, huge clutter, unnecessary plastic boxes everywhere, space not being arranged well, and there was just no coziness. However, if you've seen it how it looked before, there is a big change and big shift. So perhaps this show is a good starting point, a first step towards arranging your space and clearing out and decluttering. And I'm sure that many of you who have started decluttering and simplifying your space, you know that it doesn't just happen overnight. For me, it took 2 years of constant decluttering, constant rearranging, and I'm still feeling that perhaps my space could look better. It would be also nice to see some kind of advice for the future handling of things. Perhaps how not to let clutter creep back in, what kind of technique and advice does she have on that, and also how to manage the space from the practical point of view, where to store things. So for example, storing shoes in the hallway perhaps is a better solution than storing it in the bedroom. So I would like to see a kind of a step further. Another thing, this young couple who have gotten rid of their laundry lady, I think personally that this was a mistake, although they did claim that folding laundry brings them closer together. But keeping in mind that the husband works really long hours, I'm not sure how long they will be enjoying spending their time folding laundry and doing housework. Of course, housework is not avoidable. However, if you are able to afford and if you are able to get help from somewhere, I think that for those chores that don't require much brain work, you can hire somebody else and instead use that time to spend with your kids or learning something, or spending time with your husband, keeping in mind that he doesn't have much time. And you know, you can train your laundry person to do the KonMari folding. So I just personally feel that this is unnecessary weight put back on that couple. Another positive thing that could come out from the criticisms that I have is that she works very well with the couples on the budget. So she really sees what kind of items they already have at home and what can they use for organizing. So for example, there was, I believe in episode 3, where there was a couple, you can see they're on a low income, and so she just took whatever they had, like shoe boxes, and helped them to organize their things, which is really good. However, I thought that for the couples who had a little bit more funds, she could have taken them shopping and helped them to obtain some organizing solutions, maybe certain drawers or certain boxes, or anything that she finds useful, and that she would, because she has so much experience, she could give her advice on what kind of furniture pieces are useful to have at home to keep your home tidy. I also feel that a lot of things can be stored away behind closed doors, behind the drawers, just to clear up the space. However, I really recommend that you watch this series. She is lovely, very inspiring, and especially if you are at the beginning of the decluttering journey, you will love her. And I wish her all the best. I wish her good luck in her future. And yes, let me know if you have seen the show, what you think of it, what tips you have found the best, and I will see you in my next video soon. Bye bye for now.